What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh,
Period.
So, what we got in the news, man? Let me tell you something.
So, we're not going to war.
We're not going to war, y'all.
However, who do you think is to blame for this plane crash?
I didn't even know that they were trying to blame Iran on it till I woke up this morning.
Trying to blame? They should be blamed. They shut it down.
Before, I think I just always blame Trump for everything. So
technically, yeah, because it roots back to their response to what Trump did. Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's really sad, and I hate that they write it off as a mistake when there are literally 170 lives that were lost. And I'm just like, so what y'all gonna do for the families?
Nothing.
Like, what's good?
They ain't doing nothing. You know how that is.
And it's so ironic that somebody caught that on video. I always wonder, like, what was that person recording? You know what I'm saying? It was just a random morning. Unless they were trying to record the missiles that were being shot. I'm just like, now how did he just so happen to get that plane get shot?
Oh, wait, I didn't see it.
Yeah. He definitely, so you see the missile, you see the plane, you see an explosion, and then you hear another, like, huge explosion, I guess when the plane hit the ground right after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so if y'all don't know already, the day after the Iranians attacked a U.S. base in Iran, they shot a plane down, and they said they thought that it was a plane, like they thought they were protecting themselves. They thought the plane was, it was flying into uncharted territories, and that was them defending themselves. As it turns out, it was a passenger plane en route to Ukraine by way of Canada, and everybody died, obviously. So there was a big thing like, oh, that wasn't us, we didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, actually, after some intelligence, did some research, we did do it. We're so sorry, it was a terrible mistake, and those involved will be held responsible. Good night. That's kind of how they handled it. Anyway, it just made me really sad, but not to be a political representative, but anything with planes and down, I try to stay on my P's and Q's.
Oh my god.
So what's in the drama lately? Let me check out the resource.
Speaking of dog food, Trick Daddy got locked up, and
what they got to do with dog? Okay,
he got locked up for cocaine possession.
Yeah. Mid haircut, like what's going on?
Okay, so I was trying to get into that. So I'm like, so was he mid haircut or what? Was this at the barbershop?
Yes, he was driving, I think. That's what's weird. It said that he was arrested for a DUI and possession of cocaine. So I'm like,
So Miami is just known for cocaine. I mean, it is.
Yeah, that's the cocaine. Let me tell you something.
You told me about that the other day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I feel bad for him because he had to go out like that in that mug shot. But I still need answers.
We all do. Like, we all want to know. And I kind of feel bad for him because the radio show, I feel like it probably won't put his radio show in jeopardy. Just because, people do stuff all the time.
Get drunk. She had DUI. Burnt the house down, I think. Or maybe it was bankruptcy. Really? Yeah. What's she at?
I don't know. She ain't on the Quiet Storm.
That's Joycelyn.
Oh.
Okay.
I wonder how they get them voices. Like Joycelyn, she talks so calm. Like I could literally listen to a whole.
She probably was a school counselor.
Wow. Like I could literally just listen to her on my headphones, just be like, "This is Joycelyn, the Quiet Storm," and that one dude, with the really deep voice.
They probably use Chop the Screw.
Oh my god, no. But yeah, that's get it together, CWD.
See what I mean? He having that excursion swerving on them girls. Okay, anyway, so Future, it seems like for the first time ever, like
posted one of his girls. Well, he posted Britney,
but it was but was it like affectionate? I mean, I just feel
they was like hugged up, and he did a whole campaign with Britney. Britney came out with a whole collection in her line, Unicorn Universe, and it was named after one of his projects, and she had him actually in the ads.
Oh, I didn't know that. Check me. Okay.
Yeah, like that's why I just always say, like, no matter who he dates or who he be with, he'll always go back to Britney.
Yeah, but that's not a good position to be in.
It's not. I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but I'm just. But I mean, now she ain't the only baby mama.
I know.
She not. I mean, she wasn't before, but I think that
primary,
she was like
I guess.
Yeah, she definitely was. Yeah, she definitely is.
The gag is once him and Lori, whatever they do, he probably gonna go back to her and then go back to
Ain't
Joy.
No telling.
It did.
It's just terrible. I honestly, like, all I gotta say is get your bag, sis, and do the right thing and don't get pregnant.
Right. I can't believe she just turned 23.
I didn't even know she was that old. I thought she was 21.
She got the industry shook. And she ain't even got to say a word.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Between her and Ari, I don't know who is...
Can't really compare the two.
I mean, only because they are linked with, different... we'll say different...
tiers.
Different tiers.
Sure. Not to hate, but...
No, seriously, it is. But it's still, like, of the same...
But who else? I mean, Ari was publicly that I know of. Anyway, this is the third guy because Herbo, Javante.
It was another guy too.
Before Herbo.
Before Herbo, and then Young Ma.
Not familiar. Is that the one the Asian doll dated?
Young Ma is the female rapper.
Oh, Young and May.
Young and May.
I'm like, who you talking?
I'm sorry.
She said her name, Young and May. So okay, cool. Oh, she did. Because they was on that plane together. The girl that Young and May dated is not engaged to Rich the Kid, who is still married to Lady Luscious.
Industry so weird.
Make it make sense.
The industry is so weird. Let me tell you something. I ain't got nothing to say no more. I ain't got nothing to say. It's just like, I be feeling these folks be freaking engaged for 5 minutes. They be dating for 5 minutes, and they just end up being married. It ain't none of my business, but
it make me uncomfortable. I don't like that. It ain't none of my business. But what you want to speak on this Boosie thing, or you want to let it ride? Oh God.
So let me give y'all a backstory between the sex convo between me and Alicia, because I had to get educated because I don't really know too much about Greek culture, Black Greek culture. Now, initially in high school, when I first graduated high school, or right before I graduated, the plan was for me, because I had no intentions on going to college. Like, I did want to go to college, but I didn't have a college in mind. Mm-hmm. Then, I want to say the end of 11th grade year, I wanted to go to Auburn University.
Really?
I did.
I didn't even know what Auburn University was.
I really wanted to go. So I was like, you know what? No, the reason why I wanted to go there was petty. But
of a boy?
Absolutely not. But
okay.
I wanted to go there because you remember that show 2 a Days?
Yes, I do.
That's where.
That's good though. That's a good. You know what? That's a good way to find out about it. Because how else would you have known? That's cool.
I used to love that. I was.
And was that a sports show?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I used to.
You was a trade.
So the gag is, I was gonna try to go and get a cheerleader scholarship.
Okay.
Because everybody kept telling me how easy it was for a guy in DeKalb County to get a cheerleading scholarship because it wasn't that many guys in DeKalb County.
Okay. So with no cheerleading history? Okay.
No cheerleading history, because all I would have to do is spot and take tumbling classes.
Oh, yeah. You ain't really got to do them full twisted layouts.
No.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But, okay.
So, yeah, that was, I wanted to do that. But then, 12th grade year, I started hanging out with one of my high school friends, Tremaine. I started hanging out with him more, and then we started talking. All my friends was going to HBCUs, and I'm like, y'all ain't finna leave me out because I'm Black too.
Period.
So I wanted to go to Clark, didn't get accepted, but we all were gonna pledge Kappa. That was it. Like, we all
were gonna attempt to.
Yeah, we was gonna attempt to pledge Kappa. We was like, you know what, we're gonna go to this school, and I was gonna pledge Kappa, blah blah blah. And that just never happened. I left it alone. I ain't never think about it again. And like,
did he do it?
None of us did it.
Okay, got it.
Me, Talis, or Tremaine. Tremaine went to Howard. Talis went to Xavier, and then I went to Barter.
I forgot Barter didn't have. I just
right.
No, you know what's so funny? I knew some girls at Barter who.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
I knew some girls at Barter who were going to go to be majorettes at Morris Brown to somehow pledge. Honestly, I have no idea. It was some weird stuff. I'm thinking like, y'all just go to the school. Oh no.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I guess it was that serious for them. But anyways,
So, fast forward years on down the line, like I've never really got into Greek culture. Like I know that Greek weekend is a really, 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 really big
AGP,
weekend.
Atlanta Greek picnic.
Yeah, it's big here, And then I've even dated some people that were a part of fraternities.
Okay, I didn't know.
I never really dug deep. I've dated. I haven't dated a Kappa. I've dated 2 Alphas. So, every time I say that, people like, oh, okay, I see what type of people you like. I see something. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm like, now that I've gone, like before college, I couldn't say nothing about it. Growing up, my mother always told me it was a cult, and I didn't see anything that could dispel that, so I just kind of stuck with that mentality. But once I went to college and kind of like got a little bit exposed to that lifestyle, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But I when you say that alpha versus a Kappa, I can't lie, I don't see the difference from the people I know. Yeah. But I'm sure people listening who are Greek are probably like, girl, shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, whatever. So I personally don't know enough about Greek culture, and I knew that it, the process of getting a part of those fraternities wasn't an easy one. I didn't know the extent until I watched that movie. And me seeing the reaction that Boosie got from this sweater, it made me really interested and want to see it and just kind of better understand it, because realistically, I'm just so over it. Like, I think that it's a bunch of bullshit. I feel like I'm sorry, and I don't want to disrespect none of my friends or people that I know personally that are a part of sororities or fraternities, because you joined it and you did it for specific reasons, and that's your reason. But just in my opinion, I just think it's a bunch of crap, because just being around people that are in fraternities and sororities, they just look down on people so bad. They just be like, I don't know. I just get a real sense of,
I've had that feeling.
Entitlement when they're around it. I don't like that.
It's like a sense of eliteness.
Yeah, you can really suck my ass. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't.
Yeah, when I
hate it.
So I have a lot of relatives on my dad's side of the family who are Greek. I didn't have any Greek, like my first cousins, like my cousins that I grew up with. None of them were Greek until recently. My three cousins have pledged over the last 5 years or whatever the case is. So that was my first time really being close to somebody like that. But I will say, so it did cross my mind when I was in school, but honestly it was only because oh, that looks cool. But I didn't have any education on what it was and the importance. And then the girls that I would meet at school, they were always stuck up. They was always in drama. They was whores. I'm just I don't get down with that. They was drinking a lot. It just was stuff that I wasn't into. So I'm I can't be even pretending to be around these kind of folks or consider them a sister or whatever the case is. So that's not even an environment for me. I'm already real picky about who I have around me. And then when this girl told me out of her mouth, she was like, well, if you ever wanted to be in this sorority, they're going to have to beat the ghetto out of you. And I'm like, beat who? And so that just was that's crazy. Because, I know a lot of people that are in those organizations, they do, protect the name. They talk about, how they don't do things like hazing. They do things the right way, ethically. And some of them probably do. But a person that was well acclimated gave me this information. And she was very serious. And I'm like, sis, you can keep that. And stop asking me to help you get a job or to help you get money to pay your dues, because you know what I'm saying? Woo to woo.
Yeah. So, I mean, I ain't with none of that, to be honest. I just really can't do it. In theory, for real, it's not going to benefit me for real in the long run of my life.
Yeah, I think...
except bragging rights.
Yeah, I think there is definitely a benefit in the aspect of notoriety, or because they do things for the community and they do things to enhance the education experience. But essentially, yeah, I mean, it's a brand, but that's why I understood why people were upset about Boosie wearing the letters, and maybe Boosie. I mean, obviously, Boosie from the street, he ain't. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a darn.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it's kind of tough to expect him to have the respect that they want people to have for it. And I think that when it comes to social media and stuff, that does water down anything you put out there. You can put out... people roasting people in slave movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's you can't expect Boosie to automatically know. And then now y'all going hard in his comments, which is creating a reaction from other people. So it's nothing y'all can do is going to make people take it serious at this point. Nothing. Yeah, so... And
I don't think... And for me, I would never put that on. I would never wear that shirt, because I know that I don't have the right to wear that.
Right.
And I would be wearing it for the wrong reason. I don't know that. And
but he said the shirt was just hard.
You know, he liked the shirt. He liked the shirt. And I mean, it is a cool shirt. It's a cool looking shirt, you know. But I think that I just didn't have an issue with it. And I can't speak on it because I'm not a part of those fraternities.
Yeah.
So I can't really put my input on that. But I just looked at it as a standpoint. It's like, all y'all sororities and fraternities dance to this man's song. Y'all could let that slide. In my head. Like, I'm like, y'all could let that ride. Like, y'all been dancing and strolling to his songs for years. Like, when I say years, I mean since the song came out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, at this point, y'all should be happy because I don't even think he knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't even think that he knew
That's
that, and I think I'm looking at it from an aspect of like, dang, like y'all been.
Like, what a love.
He's actually a part of y'all culture. Like, when I hear those songs, when I hear Wipe Me Down, when I hear Set It Off, when I hear Knuck If You Buck, when I hear it's a lot of different songs that I hear.
Tommy Dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, when I hear those songs, I think of those fraternities and I think of those sororities. So I'm like,
get out the way.
I wouldn't think that. Hell no, I'm not. Anyway,
I can't.
I can. But I don't know. I just be like, dang, like at the end of the day, if Crime Mob show up to a party
with some
and they showing love to the Deltas with some stuff on, I don't think that they should be scolded. I'm like, they're part of y'all damn culture.
Yeah, I guess.
Know?
But I think
if anything, I feel like they should approach these artists and make them like honorary members.
Which has happened before.
I mean, shit, y'all. What?
But I think when people become honorary members, it's because of some kind of positive impact they've made. I mean, Boosie, you can say he made a positive impact. But either way, this is what I think. I read this online. I think somebody else made a statement. It's just like it's like if you ain't a Crip, why you Crip walking?
I got you.
Why you wearing red? Why you wearing blue? Why you wearing this bandana if you ain't affiliated with that gang? It's kind of like, why you saying that you was a host on OD podcast? No, you weren't.
That is true. But then guess what, though? They sell blue and red bandanas at the beauty supply store. You think a grandmama gonna be thinking about if it's a Crip or a Blood?
She better be.
She's gonna put it on.
She better be.
So I mean, once again, I don't get that. It's nothing exclusive about it. No shade, because why is it sold in the mall? Because that's y'all fraternity stuff. That's y'all sorority stuff. It should be sold exclusively to stores. Not necessarily saying that it shouldn't be in the mall, but
I get what you're saying. It's
accessible.
Know
what I'm saying?
I think it's just an educational thing because I always assume people that saw it just knew, like, oh, that's for such and such. But like in Boosie's case, it's just kind of like, oh, this hard. I need a red outfit.
He probably walked in the mall and was just like, oh, dang, got a whole bunch of little exclusive stuff in here. What's up with this? And he probably just associated it with being black.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who freaking knows? I just think that because of social media, like, it's just made everything way worse. Yeah. Like, I think that if somebody would have pulled up to Boosie, like, he would have pulled up on campus or something like that, or wherever he would have been, they would have been like, hey, man, hold on. Like, let me just run you some information right quick. This is what's going on. And now this man on live learning how to stroll. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. That junk was... Jesus Christ.
Alicia is be cringing because every time I see a post about it, I send it to her. I'm like...
No, I'm like, this is not okay. And I'm not even Greek, and I get it. Like, it's not okay, y'all.
But I ended up watching that movie, Burning Sands, and...
Which some would say is not accurate. Just a disclaimer, but, you know.
Seems pretty accurate to me. I actually like watched it, and I mean, I am appalled. And you know what's so crazy? Like, I grew up not necessarily around people in those fraternities and stuff, but a lot of this stuff is real. Like, I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is crazy. Like, I was looking, I'm like, wow. It did kind of make me, I guess, a little bit more aware of it and like understanding about it, because I get it, but I don't know. I just personally, I don't think that that's for me.
Yeah,
and that's okay. Like, I don't think that life is for me. But once I finished watching it, I ended up just going on Instagram and I hashtag Burning Sands, and I just read like a lot of the posts about it. just to get people's opinion on it and just see what they thought about it. I like doing stuff like that, but I ended up just hashtagging it and just reading the comments on the post and, you know, how people felt about it. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out and people was just like trying to get it taken down. I mean, do you remember when Sorority Sisters, the reality show?
Yeah.
They had a petition to not put
I
it on
remember
TV
that.
because the organization is sacred. They feel like those people were probably going to go on TV and just overshare and just, you know, gets put too much exposure towards it. But now I've been seeing stuff on social media that I'm like, I don't think y'all supposed to be on. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. So what else is I mean, freely, that's what brings you here today?
What brings me here today?
Oh, hold on.
Come on.
Azriel and Joycelyn got into a fight. I'm sick of it.
So-
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Azriel is sick of it. Realistically.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of Azriel too, though.
I am too. I mean, honestly,
I think she just, it's like, do you, and not to bring it back to Boosie, but remember when Boosie first got out of prison? Maybe you don't, but somebody had came up to him with their phone. They were like, say what's on the Instagram. He was like, what that is? I feel like that's what Azriel dealing with right now. Like, ooh, social media, I can post.
What?
I can do stuff. People can comment. Like, she reposting everything. Everybody tag her in. It's just like, girl. But I get it, but like, don't overexpose yourself. Like, listen, like, this is a serious situation. It might be entertaining in one aspect. Get you back with your family, get more acclimated to life, but don't cheapen the experience that you went through because it's very important. You know what I'm saying? This is a legal open case.
she probably don't know no better at this point. She's like brainwashed.
No, for real.
She's brainwashed. I feel like both of them are brainwashed. I feel better.
Joycelyn, I feel like she in a situation where she can't go back home. I don't think her parents kind of, you know, did the most. And I feel like she probably just like, I'm just going to write this R. Kelly junk out because where else I'm going to go?
She better go to a shelter.
Yeah.
Social
media wouldn't let that happen.
But, yeah, it's terrible. Like, the story itself is just insane. And, you know, I think that everybody could tell that they were lying and they had every clue of people that are, like, hiding in plain sight, as people say sometimes. All the clues were there. So I just it just was cringeworthy. I haven't even begun to watch this second season or the second part of it.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I don't think I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, me either. And they said that Dame Dash is on there talking about Aaliyah. I'm just like...
Yeah, I've been seeing clips of that. I'm going to stay away from it. It's just too triggering. When I watched the first one, it really made me question my life.
Really?
I did because I never was like molested or anything like that, but it just made me think like just the people around me, like the interactions that I had with people, I had to just really just take a hold, like, oh my God, like, was that okay? Like, was that blah, blah, blah? And it really made me scared to even be around people. Like, even now, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I just have really weird interactions with people and like really weird thoughts against certain people because of me watching it. Like, it really did.
Hey, man, you know what's so crazy? It's some stuff that's going on that we won't ever find out about. And I think about that all the time, especially with kids. Like, people talk about how they were molested by people in the church at 7 years old or people in the family. It's like, wow.
It's like every week somebody else tells me a different story. And like, even up to yesterday, one of my friends made a post. And I don't know if I should. Well, I'm not going to say his name, or this person's name rather, but he made a post on Facebook. Apparently, Facebook suggested his abuser as a person to follow on Facebook, and then he saw it, and it just put him in a really bad place. So he said, you know, as you know, to get over his trauma, he felt like he should address it. So he ended up sending the guy who did it a long Facebook message, just basically telling him how he felt about it and how he felt about him, and you know, and how he just feel like he should have apologized instead of making it seem like he was lying, and his family turned his back on him or never believed him when he was younger. But the guy ended up blocking him. He read it and blocked him. Like, he didn't respond to it at all. And so he said that just really angered him even more. And he put him on blast. Too.
Oh my God.
So he put him on blast, and the man is like recently engaged and all this other stuff. He has kids. So he put it on Facebook, tagged him, and it just took a life of his own. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad. So I'm just like, gee.
You know what though? I mean, that's such a situation because it's like, was that the right thing to do? But I also can understand why, because it's kind of like, wow, you really go
at this point it don't matter.
Yeah, you're right. But I think from the criminal in this situation trying to avoid the situation by blocking, it's like, yeah, this is your reality. This is what happened. This is what you did to me. You know what I'm saying? And blocking me not gonna change it. Because now you're gonna be thinking about it before you go to bed every night.
Yeah,
because it's been brought back to your attention.
Yeah. So now it's public, and yeah.
What's going on? Like the wife.
I read some of the comments and I just got off the post. I don't know.
Well, you can just type their name in on my Facebook so I can read it.
Okay. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world out here. My advice to parents, if you have kids, if you plan on having kids, whenever your child says something to you, please believe them. If it turns out to not be true, then deal with that. Accordingly, but for real, just
people,
stop taking these abusive sides.
For real, I think that parents, or some people at least, they be in denial about stuff happening, and the issue could be. But why though? I don't know, man. Because I had someone very close to me has had this experience before, and their parents told her that she was lying, and the person got away, and it bothered her for the rest of her life, and it's bothered her to this day, and it's just like. They were kind of like trying to protect the image of the family. They didn't want to really go through the dramas that came with something like that.
We all understand that, but it's also real life. Like, you can't control, just because you're related to a person, you can't control their actions. You can't control what they do. People are fucking animals out here.
No, for real.
Whether they're family, friends, anybody, you cannot protect people.
You can't. And then think about it, especially in some cases of crime, it just escalates. Okay, it started off as little kids. Now it's grown folks. Maybe they need to feed that need by killing or harming people. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's just like these people are walking amongst us. I think about this all the time when I go to like an event and it's a bunch of people. I be thinking like, what are the statistics of these folks in here? How many killers we got up in here?
Oh, I already know you do. I'll be in the room when you be saying stuff like that, but
some killers in here. But anyway, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I just feel like that brings us kind of in our topic today.
Okay, I see what you did there, segue.
Okay, that kind of brings us in our topic of owning your shit. Own it, you know what I'm saying? And reason why I say that is because, like I said, it don't matter if they're your family member, your friend, somebody close to you, you need to own it. They need to own it, and you need to accept it and realize what it is. Like, own up to your shit and stop trying to mask it.
Yeah, and then that can go in any aspect. If you stole something, if you lied, listen. Don't make it worse.
If you have toxic traits, if you do toxic things to people, own up to the shit.
You have an example?
I do have a few examples. So I wanted to talk about this today just because it's a new year. And I know that every time the new year comes around, everybody always has these different rituals they want to do, these goals they want to set. And I think that one thing that people fail to skip a lot of the times is that they fail to do a lot of self-realization. Mm-hmm. And I think that I hear so many people in general just always talk about the people around them like, oh, I'm cutting these people off because of this, blah, 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 blah. But I always try to explain to people, I'm like, well, if you feel yourself doing this very often, do you possibly think that it's you?
I say that all the time, but then they get offended.
Do you think it's you? I mean...
I feel like after every situation, I always evaluate myself. Even no matter how, even in relationships that when I've broken up with people and they weren't doing certain things that I feel like that I need them to do in a relationship, or no matter how disrespectful I feel like they were to me, I still think about the contribution that I made. Yeah. And not saying that I caused them to act that way, but sometimes people react in certain environments completely different than they would in another kind of environment. So was I being aggravating? Was I being clingy? Was I being annoying or needy? Like, what could I have done differently to make this a more pleasant experience? Because sometimes people can bring out the worst in you.
Oh.
And then they move on to something else, and it's like, he a completely different person. It's like, maybe that, there's some conscience. Take two to tango.
Yeah. I think that my problem that I have, that just boils my blood, because now it's pushed me to the point where I just be feeling like I just need to be isolated in general from people, because I've just grown up to be a very vocal person. So if something is bothering me, Before I wouldn't say anything, and I think that people have been really used to that side of me. But now, I just address it at the door. I mean, I feel like I feel better. At least you know what's bothering me. You know what's going on. And I just don't think that, in my case, a lot of people respect that, and I hate it because it's just like, you would want me to be this way. You would want me to tell you when you're doing something to me that I don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would want you to do the same thing with me without it being like a whole, like, offense, like a whole thing where it has to be an argument or it has to be a huge disagreement, because it doesn't have to go there. But I'm also not opposed to it. Like, if you want to take it there, we can take it there, boo. But I'm not gonna compromise my sanity and, you know what I'm saying, just let people do me any kind of way. I'm just tired of it. I don't know. Do
you feel like you've done a lot of that, and just in general?
Yeah, and I'm still learning to do that.
Me too. Me too. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
It is. I mean, it is a tough pill to swallow, but also it comes with I think this is a part of growing up for me, and then also I'm learning to just cut people off when it's just not even benefiting me in no aspect. Like, if it's not making me feel good, if it's not because I know people gonna mess up, and I know stuff goes left a lot, but I just feel like if I'm around somebody and they're just draining my soul, whether it's somebody I'm dating, whether it's somebody I'm friends with, whether it's somebody who I work with, I'm gonna just push myself out of the situation.
Remove yourself from the situation, yeah. For your mental health. I'm telling you, man, it's so crazy how the things that people can do can eat away at your sanity. I mean, little things. And that's why people blow up on folks sometimes, because it's something that's just been kind of building up. But even with as it comes to like owning your stuff and self-reflection, I think that being a good communicator has a lot to do with that in general. Like, if something is bothering you, say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I lack at.
Me too. I do. And it's so funny. I'm in a relationship with somebody that is a great communicator, and it's really, sometimes it catches me off guard because he can really, the way he explains stuff, it's just like, dang.
Why couldn't I do that?
Yes, and it's like, I think for me, I don't like to argue, and I always feel like some stuff is not worth bringing up and can develop into something bigger than it needs to be. It's kind of like, okay, it's not that deep. You stepped on my toe, it's not a big deal. But if you step on my toe every single time you come to my door, okay, now I gotta say something. But then, if I don't mention it, when you do it for the 5th time, I'm like, why you always stepping on my toe? Yeah. Head spinning and stuff. It's like, oh, I ain't know you ain't like it's so getting stepped on. It's like, but why would I want to, you know what I'm saying? But it's something I've learned.
You would think that it would be common sense, but it's not common sense to most people. That's exactly
what I'm saying. Yeah, and so something that me and him clash on sometimes is that I try to interpret what he's trying to say, and then he's doing the same in my case, so we are not even thinking the same thing. Like, it happens all the time. Not all the time, I won't say that, but it happened yesterday when we had a conversation, and I can't remember. Oh, I think this is what it was. I'll give a good example. So we were going somewhere, and I said, hey, I'm going to swing by at 2:30 to come get you. And he says, you sure? I said, well, what would you prefer? He was like, to take a nap. But I'm thinking that means, all right, I don't want to go no more. Okay, cool. I'm not tripping. It's not a big deal. And so he before that conversation, he was like, hey, you can come by early if you want to. But when people say if you want to, I don't think that means if I want to, not because you want to. Yeah. So now me saying, hey, I'm going to swing by at 2:30 is kind of like, oh, okay, well, let me just do this by myself because he ain't feeling it. But he thought that, he said, are you sure? Because he said that I could come over early, so he thought that's what was going on. So anyway, it was just us trying to read each other's minds about something that just was not even a big deal. But when we explained it, I'm just like, now how in the world do two people hear the same? It's like playing a game of telephone. It's like you pass the same message down, and the person at the end didn't even hear the same thing the first person heard. So I think, I really try, honest to God, try to be a better communicator. But in the moment, it's not easy to click that off and do what I need to be doing. It's kind of like a post-reactive thing. It's like, dang, I should have did this, or I should have said this. But I think that for me, I just need to think slowly and then just let it out. But my mind be calculating, honey. It be do.
Same, and it's I got a love-hate relationship with that. Because I sit there and I make up scenarios in my head because of my quote-unquote calculations. When in reality, I can just ask, or I can just address the situation.
Right, but it sounds so, when you say that, it sounds so simple. But in the moment, it's not that. I feel like the mood impacts all of that.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's with me. I don't say stuff most of the time because I don't want to ruin the mood.
Me too.
I be like, dang, we all having a good time.
Like, why would
we
I
all
bring
chilling,
this up?
and I don't want to bring it up and just
It is
mess it
like,
up, but.
And my issue with that is that I do that, I hold it in, and then later throughout the day it's on my mind, so I send it through a text. And it's like, you don't really want to discuss this via text, but if I would have did it in that moment, it would have got awkward. If I bring it up later on, it's going to be like what it's coming from. So it's like, let me just write it out, send it to you, and then we can
I actually don't think that that's a bad idea.
Well, it's not really a bad idea, but I'm just not good. I want to be better at saying it, because I think that some things can be communicated easier when you have tone, and if you're in person and you can use certain kind of words with text. It's up to that person. If you don't use the right grammar or punctuation, it could be something completely different.
That is true. I've experienced that recently, maybe like a few months ago. And I'm like, dang, I wasn't even coming at you no type of way. I just wanted to address it. And then it was like, boom.
It's like, yeah, that's happened to me before. And also, I feel like, now, sometimes I feel like the long text can be fine as if it's like a long thought. Because sometimes with me, I don't want to get cut off if I'm explaining myself. So let me just put it all in text messages, and then you have the opportunity to kind of like give me a rebuttal or whatever.
Yeah, that is true. So I don't know. I've just been really dealing with that because I feel like I have a lot of goals this year and I have a lot of things I want to do. But I think when interacting with people around me and people in general, I just have to just really stand firm in my shit. Realize the stuff that I'm doing that's wrong or that may be kind of triggering to others. Like, I really have to watch what I say to people, just because, like you said, your tone and the way you say stuff, that could really trigger and set off some stuff for people. So I just kind of try to scale back on stuff like that. But also, when I'm bothered by something, or if something is bothering me, or if I feel like somebody's doing me some type of way, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I'm going to let you know how it is, how it makes me feel, what you're doing to me. And if you continue to do that, you continue, I'm going to feel like you taking me as a joke and you don't take me for real. So it's just like, bye. I'm going to block you, cut you off.
But
we have nothing else to talk about.
Man, that's exactly what I do. Until you find somebody who don't let you do that.
Yeah. I feel
like the thing is, some stuff that's so small can end to the end of something, but in reality, if you and that person can have a mature conversation, it could make the world of a difference. Like, I
agree.
So sometimes that person could be like, you know what? Now that because you could tell somebody, hey man, use your blinker even if you're in the left turn lane. And people be like, oh, okay, whatever. But then it's like, listen, sometimes people be in the wrong lane. And if you don't have your blinker on, they might assume, my analogies be off the wall. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes if you provide context and can talk to that person in their language, it can make a world of a difference. Everybody in their life could have been telling them that same advice over and over again. But they're just like, okay, I hear this all the time. But if you can kind of connect with them on things that make sense for them, like if you can associate it with something that they can translate easily, then it's like, okay, you know what? Now that you put it that way, it makes sense. Because sometimes people can be like, okay, let's say a girl is in a relationship with a guy, or vice versa, a guy's in a relationship with a guy, girl, whatever, whoever, somebody's in a relationship, and they can be having these issues, and it's like, girl, you just need to break up with him. And it's like, yeah, I know, boo, 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 but versus somebody else who's like, do you realize what this is doing to you? Like, it's causing you to not go to work on time, it's taking time out your day, it's making you stressed out, you've been sick. It's like, dang, you're right.
Oh my God.
I need to break up with him. But it's like, you just kind of got to like communicate it on that level. That's what I'm just trying to get to. You just got to communicate it in a way that person can interpret it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've just been having a really low tolerance lately, and I've just been trying to keep a good mood about it. I don't feel bad.
You shouldn't. Your happiness, let me tell you something I learned. When I broke up in my last relationship, I wanted to break up with him a lot sooner than I did. And I didn't really, so the reason why I did it is because I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I knew how much he cared about me. And I felt like, you know what? This is a good guy. Let me just ride the situation out. But when I talked to a particular friend, he was like, but is that making you happy? Like, your happiness is more important. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Nobody had ever told me that. Nobody had even said something as simple as your happiness is more important. I felt like if he's happy, this is such an ignorant way of thinking about relationships, but I've heard some other podcasts talk about the same thing, so it made me feel a little bit better. But they were just like, you be thinking, well, am I going to find somebody who loves me this much again? Am I going to have this connection with somebody again? So I'm thinking like, Alicia, just ride it out. But I knew that wasn't what I wanted, because the thought of breaking up just used to attack my brain, be jumping all over my brain cells. But anyway, once he told me that, it really made me think about like, dang, my happiness is more important. It's like, you might have to hurt his feelings to make yourself happy, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Nothing you can do. And I think I'm to that point too. I don't care about hurting people. I ain't gonna say I don't care, but
yeah, but it's
I
like
need
you
to
gotta pick
not
one
care.
or the other.
Yeah, like I just need to make myself happy.
Yeah,
I gotta be selfish about that, and it's just like I can't keep doing that with people.
Yep, you're right, man. Trying to save other folks, that's not your job. And meanwhile, they draining you of your happiness, and they getting what they need, and then they don't know what the issue is when they finally blow up. So it's like, you know what? Never mind. Whew. Unpack it, Pooh.
I know every week I say the same thing, but this week, for real, that quote.
Which one?
Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch. It hit different today.
It's trending. That's what that called. Shout out to Kristen. So we got some people that really have been supporting this episode, these shows at the beginning. But Kristen, who I was in high school with, her, it's the same folks. Kristen, Louise, BB, and Chrissy. Yes. That I know of, they always give feedback. They always show love. So I appreciate y'all. But Krista she shouted us out on Facebook the other day. I had shared her review on the page. Yes,
and she loved the quote. Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch. Let me tell you something. That quote, it's a joke. I you have to see the video if y'all haven't saw it already.
Maybe we should post it on Instagram.
Yes, the video is just hilarious. So I just gravitated towards the video. But honestly, it's just. I mean, like, just think about it. Like, whenever somebody's saying something to you and you just be thinking like, bitch, why are you talking to me and why are you trying to address me like that? Let's talk about how you really can't even do shit for a bitch.
What does that line mean to you?
You better break it down. Hold on. That line, let me just tell you what it means to me personally. That line means, like, you really can't do anything for me, but you got so much to say.
Okay, yeah. You
got so much room for input on my life and what I'm doing, but really, you can't do shit for a bitch. like, I always tell people, don't make suggestions. I mean, don't give critiques or criticism if you can't offer any help.
Oh, Lord. What? Oh my God! You know what's so funny? That could be applied to customer service.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got no ice. Okay, what do you have?
Don't tell me that my outfit is ugly. You could say, I don't like that. You know what you should do though?
Or could do. Don't say should.
Exactly. Okay, could, because you don't gotta follow what I do because it is what you want to do. Whatever. Blah blah blah. But you could do it this way. Da 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 da.
Yeah, it's like, why you wearing two big shoes? Maybe you could try to get one that's your size. Then you won't have to walk in circles.
What?
To me, the quote mean, may I help you? No, really. Like, it's okay, so what do we do now? Yeah.
It's just like it's just like the ultimate, just like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I want to hold myself accountable. On this show right now, I'm going to say that I'm going to work to be a better verbal communicator.
Same. Honestly, I'm going to be a better communicator. I'm going to start holding people accountable for their stuff and acting accordingly, meaning that I don't want to keep putting off, not blocking people, still talking to people that I know I don't have no business talking to.
What do you think makes you do that? Just boredom?
Not even just boredom. I think that I just really have a really big heart, and I know I haven't always been a very nice person or a very smart person, or I always didn't know better. So in my head, I put them like, you know what, they probably don't even know better, and I'm like, they probably need some help.
Oh
they
my
probably
God!
need guidance.
I used to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
I used to look at everybody as a project. Like, it's okay, I'm gonna put you on. I think my biggest issue in my previous relationships, and the reason why I didn't get what I wanted from the guy, as far as like quality of relationship, because I always was the savior. Don't worry about that. Let me put you on. Let me do this. Let me do that. And I'm always been like, there. And so now they're not going to ever feel obligated to do this for me or do that for me. It's kind of like, oh, she good. She don't need me.
Been there. Been there with relationships. And I'm over it. So I'm it is what it is.
Yeah.
For y'all hoes.
Period.
So.
All right. We're going to check in 6 months and see where you at.
Okay. Check in tomorrow. So, we gonna see.
So what? How are you going to combat that though? Are you just gonna be bored, or not that that's a bad thing? I'm just curious to know how you gonna stop yourself from doing that.
Doing what?
Like giving people so many chances.
just stop. Honestly, I'm going to just tell them. I'm going to just let them know. I think that one of my biggest problems is that I don't let people know what they're doing to me. I just stop talking to them.
You know I ain't got nothing wrong with that. But I feel.
I'm going to let them know. I'm like, listen, at this point, I understand. I get, my whole thing is, I get that you're like this. I get that you probably don't want to change and you're not going to change. But it just doesn't align with what I got going on. And it's not making me feel good. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be around it. So, enjoy your
something like that would make somebody self-reflect. Saying it like that.
It is what it is. Like, I'm going to just have to say it in a way like that. I don't care how close you is to me. It is what it is. I'm not dealing with that. I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy. And then I be having to walk around and walk on eggshells because I'm trying to protect people's feelings and just make sure I don't... I'm sorry. And people don't do that for me. So, at this point, I don't care. Feel how you want to feel. Feel how you feel. Feel how you feel. Hey, ain't that a Migos song? Okay.
I don't know anything about that song, but I was down for the ride, Pooh.
Okay.
I think the number one thing in communication is expressing what you're feeling and how it makes you feel. So when just being very clear on the impact it has on you, so it's give somebody the opportunity to think, and it doesn't sound like an attack.
Talk about you can't even do shit. I'm gonna lie. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start getting out the house more too. I need to start working on my passion projects outside of the house because I get tied up in doing nothing, looking at the wall.
Oh,
so
that's me.
I was with you when I bought that new laptop bag, so I'm gonna make sure I pack all my little healthy snacks in there and go sit somewhere and just, and then I want to get off my phone for a few hours a day. Like, I definitely want to do at least 2 hours a day off my phone.
You use that screen time?
That don't work for me because
you just turn off the notifications.
I'll turn this shit off.
It used to have me like, ooh, no, I'm not doing it no more.
So, yeah. All
right, well, that is it for me. Y'all put a prayer in the air for me. I need this to be a prosperous month. I got a lot of stuff on the line.
Same.
And it's not like a make or break or life or death situation, but I need it to work in my favor because I need to be in a place in my life where I am happy with the decision I have made, and I am, that's just really what I'll share it once it's done. But right now I don't want to jinx it, and I don't like to move in loudness. So.
And y'all put one in the air for me. I ain't really got nothing going on too much right now, but just throw one in the air for me to make sure that I'm on track and doing what I need to do and being productive and just doing things to make myself a better person and my life a better.
And I'm put one in the air for y'all because I need y'all to keep listening. I need y'all to get us more listeners, and I need y'all to turn us up one time for the one time.
Rate, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
If y'all have any feedback for me about what you think I should do, or even for Alicia, either one of us, but I definitely would like to hear y'all's thoughts on, different ways that you deal with the way people treat you. Mm-hmm. Because I could definitely use some real life comments. So if you have something, DM me, let me know what's going on.
Leave us a voicemail. The voicemail number is always, every episode is in the comments of the it's in the episode notes. So you can leave us a voicemail, send us an email. Utilize those platforms. We are not shy, and I am very friendly. Every time when y'all message me,
I ain't even gonna lie.
I always reply. Okay, well, the email don't gotta be shy, and I'm more than likely the email come to me anyway. So just email us.
Yeah.
Email us, Pooh.
Have fun with your 5.
Have fun with your 5. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening to this episode of OD Podcast. OD
Therapy.
OD Therapy. That could be a segment. Period. Don't steal it. Already been trademarked. Bye.
Bye.